got this funny story. I thought you'd all enjoy. So what happened? Let me show you what happened. What I just came upon. I tried to change knives, and all I got's that gun there. And that gun there ain't the greatest. Well, I see now that she's finally kind of junked out. But my knives aren't horrible bad. But I wanted to change them. I had a break, but I can't change them. So, as I was walking through the tool truck here, I come across this. This here, yeah. I think I know who did it. So, you kind of like walk around and then you see all the little parts. And I'll explain what happened. This morning I got here and that conveyor chain had broke. The one right there. And what had happened, I got here and Josh said that it was too long and he was shortening it. And I says, whatever. I mean, I just walked in here. So then they had the skidder parked underneath here. So I get up there and look. And that motor is like all the way up. So it can't get any shorter. But you're better off to put a long one on and then drop your motor down to tighten it. So Josh was in the tool truck, come out when I got up here to look at it. And you all know what happened next. The chain is too short. And the motor is pushed all the way up, so it can't go any shorter. It could go up like a little bit. Then, I'm like, then we got our little spitter spatter back and forth. And he said I was poking the bear. I said I was training him. It was back and forth. It was pretty good. And then, so then we had to get a half link, and the master link and put them together to fix the problem. And when we grabbed the half link is a little skinnier than our chain. So I told Josh, I said, the half link doesn't fit in here right. It needs to be spread apart. I said, go spread it apart. He said, okay. So he went to work on that. I was in the middle of, actually what I did something really great. I slid that sprocket over that way. The two sprockets didn't line up right, and it was kind of fighting us a little bit. So while he was doing that, I moved that over, loosened the bolts up, moved that over, so that's running really nice right now. And he came back holding a rag and the half link. And I'm like, dude, what did you do? And he's like, I ground it. And I'm like, well, he ground from both sides, but now it's like weaker than what it would already is. And I don't like putting like master links and half links and doing all this stuff, because the more of those you put in the chain, the more likely that that stuff's just going to come apart. So, brand new chain. So I'm like, whatever. So I go to put it on there. Sure enough, it's not ground far enough. So I had to grab a hammer and beat it into position. I said, I don't know if this is going to work or not. Anyways, long story short, we got it to work, but it took us a long time. Way longer than what it should have. So he was very irritated with me because I said, dude, I told you to spread it apart. And he's like, you get what you get. I ground it, or something to that effect. Josh will know exactly what he says, but it's going to not be true either. But it was something to that effect, and I'm like, whatever. So we got it back together. Then I went to do knives, and I see that he broke the vise trying to split it apart. So obviously he had a little itty bitty half link in here, and it did that. I'm not sure what was going on. It shouldn't have been that difficult, but Josh was having a rough morning. I'm trying to see if I have any masterlings. No, or half links. These are masterlings. Right here is a half link. So this right here broke that right there. This broke that. Somehow, you got to spread these out a little bit because it's not right. But that broke it, and I don't know how. I don't know how that happened, but somehow this all happened because of this little piece here. So, anyways, we got it back together, but it was very humorous to walk in here and find this, because by the end of the ordeal, he was very, very frustrated. He was frustrated when I got here. He wanted to go to the other job, but I worked with him and we got it fixed. But now my chain popped off down here, off my rollers, which is an easy fix, but I got a wide gap here, and once that gets down to right there where your rollers are, then you can flop her up in there, but it's not the end of the world. I had to do that. But I really wanted to change knives, but I couldn't because that gun's about had it. I remember we broke a bolt off. We broke that bolt off in there. Yeah, now it's blowing air out of there, and it will not work right. And then I grabbed it, and it's all covered in grease, so I don't know why it's not somewhere else instead of here. Anyways, we'll take care of that. But that can't change the knives. Josh has got the other gun on the other chipper. I'm going to text him to bring that over tonight. I'll change knives real quick. Need to do a little bit of chain probably. And we got some other stuff we got to work on. But that was the funny. What I walked into was pretty classic. Josh was having a bad morning, so he's having a better day, kind of, I think. I'm not sure, but here comes a truck. So I have to move this thing out of the way. Hopefully it makes it up here. It's just a little greasy back in here. A little bit greasy. So, oh, we need to check. Hear that cat? That kitty cat? Oh, still holding. See? Yeah. Still on there. I think what we're going to do is we're going to leave that baby on there and we'll just see how long it lasts. Everybody's telling me I need to take it out and cut the notch in for the bolts. Probably a good idea, but I'm not going to. We're just going to see how long that thing lasts. So I got me a truck to load, a 50-foot van, my favorite. 53-footers take longer. Anyways, thanks for watching. Just keep rolling, even when you have the really, really, really bad days and you break everything and nothing seems to go right. We'll catch you guys later.